Okay, welcome to the podcast. Your host, Derek Lane. Thank you guys for being here. I think we're going to have a pretty good show tonight. I appreciate it and want to say hello to the studio audience. Hello, guys. Awesome. Okay, great. Hey, a lot of people, ask me lately, why do you do these podcasts? What is your reason for doing that? And quite simply is, I want to reach out to people and help people. I want to give them ideas and creativity. You may have heard some of the things that I've talked about through other authors and lecturers. That's okay. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're just taking sound and solid advice, and we're putting it out there for you to consider. It only takes one great idea to change your life. It only takes one great thought to create a different way of thinking that will spur some of the things that you need to keep going, to keep success in the forefront of your mind and keep going. Now, I tell people one of the best things you can do is invest into your greatest asset. What is that asset? Well, that asset is you. You have to invest into you. What are you feeding your mind? What are you putting into your mind? I mean, are you putting crap in? Because that's what you expect. That's what everybody does. Or are you feeding your mind positive experiences? Are you reading positive material, listening to positive messages? Feed your brain the right way. I've said that you should always look at yourself as a corporation, the corporation of you. What is your value? When you place a value on yourself, what is that value? High, low, medium? Are you in a position to, if your stock in yourself, is it under buy or is it under sell? If you keep doing the things that you need to do, you keep investing into yourself, your stock will always be a buying stock. Your stock will always rise and keep rising. You will have many dividends to pay because of the investment you put into yourself. And people will always want to buy into you. They will always want to buy into your stock as a person. You need to create a university of you that you constantly read, listen, learn, share with other people, like-minded people. That's how you get better. That's how you increase and you know things. You engage into larger circles of success and social circles to be better. You will understand more by being more and doing more. I have gained a ton of knowledge by books on tape. When I'm in my car, if I am in a place, lunch, whatever, where I'm reading, I'm putting knowledge into myself to eventually give back, which is what I hope I'm doing on this podcast series. I hope that everyone's enjoying it. And did you know that trying new things is one of the best ways to expand your life, to get more out of life, to try new things? Something you thought you'd never do, whatever it is, something you may have thought about but too afraid to do it, try it. Ask somebody that's done it. See what they think of it. what is it that you want to do? Do you want to be a mentor? Do you want to mentor people? Children's programs in the community. You'll go places you never dreamed of just by doing things that you've never thought that was in you. If you're settled on going home after working all day and plopping down in front of the TV with a bag of Doritos, my friend, I can tell you that success may elude you, okay? It may elude you. There's some fine programs out there. I've heard, I don't watch too much of them. Feeding the mind. But you know what? You may say that's boring. Well, okay, if it is, it is. But for me, it's not. It's exciting. When I learn things, I'm excited. I get to experience things. It drives me to do things, to have things. I enjoy not just the learning aspect of it, but giving back, to teaching aspect, i.e. the podcast. I hope that a lot of people get these podcasts. I hope that my content is good for you and it means something to you. If it does, subscribe, email me, let me know. I'd love some feedback. If you think I need areas of improvement, different topics, that's okay too. That's how we learn. We get feedback. Always ask for feedback. A lot of people are afraid to get feedback. They may not like what they hear, and our little egos are so fragile that it may break. Yeah, right. So don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. That's how you get better. If you want people to hide their true feelings about you, you're never going to grow as a person. You're never going to be bigger. If you want to be substantial to people, to stand out to people, have people look at you as the authority, at least on something. Doesn't have to be on everything, and it probably shouldn't be on everything. I don't think you'll have too many friends if that's the case. But anyway, have you ever thought about reaching out to people that are winners, successful, and asking them, quite simply asking? People will tell you anything you want to know just by simply asking them. If they don't, you probably don't want to know it anyway, right? But successful people are always eager to share. They're always eager to tell their story if you're truly interested in it. So what have you got to lose? Nothing. Everything to gain. Ask people, how did you do this? Why did you do this? What provoked that thought to even start that? This is how you become successful. You learn from success. You can go to school and have somebody tell you how somebody else did it, but if you go to that person, then you're getting it from quote-unquote the horse's mouth. That's valuable information. And the more people that you reach out to, guess what? That's not just reaching out and asking for success stories, that's networking. Because successful people know when you're truly engaged, when you truly have a fascination for learning success. And those are the people that they want to mentor as well and be around and invest in. So be that person. Be the person that reaches out to other people that are successful. If you don't know how, there's social circles. We have the social networks at the wazoo, which I really love. Some of it can be ridiculous, but it's another story. But it can be a very useful tool. If you look on to some of the social network sites and you have groups, there are business groups, success-minded business groups, sales groups, any group that you can think of. There are groups out there. You can join in these social circles. There is so much information out there right now. It's ridiculous. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of everything at your disposal. When you're finding people that you want to learn from, if you'll be engaged with those people, again, just if you're taking the time and trouble to talk to these people, make sure that you have good, smart questions. Poignant to the point. Successful people don't need their time wasted, and they don't want to waste their time on losers. You need to show them right up front that you're serious and that you're very interested. And two, if you don't know anything about them and you just found their name in a Success magazine and you had an opportunity to speak with them, don't even bother. Make sure that you have information. Research them. Know who they are. People love to know that you know them or you know about them. It's flattery. Where they say flattery gets you everywhere, that's the sincerest form of flattery, is to be able to know something about somebody. Now, you don't have to go up and start reciting their life work or what have you. Engaging in the proper conversation, it will come out that you know certain things about the person if you engage in the proper conversation. When you meet people in social gatherings, remember their names. Even if you have to take a little notebook, whatever, little voice recorder. Remember people's names. People love to hear the sound of their own names. It will go far. Yeah, and when people speak with you, pay particular attention to their speech, to their words, the words they use. Forever my wife has called me the chameleon. She says you become whoever you're around. Whoever you're talking to, you use their vernacular. You use their verbiage, their mannerisms. Well, that's true. I do, because I've studied it. I've become a student and a performer of characteristics, speech, language. I do it not as more of a manipulation choice, but as a connecting choice. I can connect with that person, and that person feels more comfortable with me if they understand that I'm like them. Is that fooling somebody? No, that's respecting that person. I become them out of respect to them. So when you start to learn somebody's choice of words, their phrases, their lingo, you become a part of them. That is a great way to be involved into someone and get to know them, because they're comfortable with you, right? That's what you do with your friends. Your most close and intimate friends, you know sometimes what they're going to say before they say it. Well, that's what you have to do with people that you don't know, that you want to know. There's a 250 rule. The 250 rule is that everybody knows 250 people well enough to invite them to an event, basketball game, wedding, anything that of importance and of personal importance to them. 250 people. If you use that rule to understand that you can reach out to 250 people, that they can reach out to 250 people. You got 250 people reaching, each one being able to reach